So under this we were studying the acids and bases. There are different tests. Given substance is an acidic or basic. There are from the lower classes you have studied the litmus test. Then the substance which is sour to test is acid, and the bitter to test is alkaline, as well as we have a litmus test. So the substance which turns red litmus blue is basic, and blue litmus red is acidic. Okay, this is one test. Another test is substances which gives, like as we go to higher classes you are having more understanding and more elaboration of that chapter. So like now we have studied about ionization and dissociation. So what happens, the substance on dissociation will give more number of H plus ions are called acids, more number of OH minus ion if they are giving means they are called bases, like that. So there are different kind of tests. Plus we have a pH scale. 0 to 14 is called pH range, and 0 to 7 is acidic pH range, and 7 is a neutral, and 7 to 14 is called basic pH range. So whenever substance is acidic or basic, when pH strip is dipped in that will show a specific color. So we have a color chart, and with that when we match we can know the exact pH also. Nowadays there are digital pH meters also in research labs and in higher classes. So when you go to higher classes you will see the experiments with that pH meter which is digital, and when the substance is directly they are dipping the electrode in the substance, and what will happen, the pH will be appearing on the screen like your mobile screen, like that. It will be a small screen, and it will be a very small size like a remote control, like that. It is the size of that pH meter, and you can know the exact pH. By knowing exact pH you can find out the substance is acidic or basic, plus how much acidic and how much basic. So what is happening, lower the pH value stronger is the acid, and higher the pH value stronger is the base. Okay, and the close to 7 means it is weak acid or weak base, because 7 is a neutral pH. Water is having neutral pH. Now let's see some of the properties of bases also. We have studied in previous classes about properties of acids. Now properties of bases also we will see. Base conducts in solution electricity. Now see here, basic substance is made into solution, like for example sodium hydroxide dissolved in water, and it is connected with electrodes, and the bulb is connected, and the circuit is completed using passing the electricity. What will happen, we will observe it there, the bulb is glowing whenever, because electricity is passed through either through electrons in solids or in liquid or molten state in through via ions. So here in aqueous solution we will have plenty of ions, so that ions are providing passage for electric current. So here for example if I am talking NaOH, so Na plus and OH minus ions will be present, and the electric current can pass through that ions, and you are getting the bulb is glowing here. So they can be, we can say they can conduct electricity. Okay, bases reacts with some of the metals like aluminium and zinc kind of substances to give hydrogen gas. Okay, like see here, sodium hydroxide reacts with zinc, you are getting sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So hydrogen gas is liberated here, and like whenever same reaction, like we have a reaction here with zinc, same reaction we can write with aluminium also. We have NaOH plus aluminium, we are getting Na2AlO2 and plus hydrogen, like that. So sodium zincate is obtained here. When we react with aluminium, sodium aluminate will be obtained, and hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay. Now what happens to an acid and a base in water solution? What will happen when they dissolved in water? You are having plenty of ions. They dissociate into ions. Ions are only the cause for different kind of reactions. Reactions are taking place with the help of that ions. Now to test that, dry HCl is not acidic, but in aqueous solution is acidic. So in the dry form it is not acidic because ionization does not take place, and in aqueous form when it dissolves in water it converts into its ions, it breaks into its ions, and that is why the substance will show their nature. Then take about 1 gram of solid NaCl in a clean and dry test tube, set up to the apparatus, add some concentrated sulfuric acid to the test tube, test the gas evolved when successively with dry and wet litmus paper. What we are doing it here, see, in one test tube we have taken sodium chloride solution, table salt which you are using at home, that solution can be made. Now conical flask containing concentrated sulfuric acid. Now concentrated sulfuric acid, when we have to add it into any solution, we should add acid to solution. We should not add solution to acid, because otherwise acid will spurt out. So here correctly we are doing concentrated sulfuric acid by another conical flask we are adding in a test tube. Okay, so what will happen then, when the particular reaction takes place, NaCl and H2SO4 reaction takes place, we can touch the litmus paper with that. Okay, so what will happen when we touch the litmus paper, we can see here blue litmus is turning red. Okay, why it is happening? Because here sulfur dioxide gas will liberate. Okay, now dry blue litmus paper does not change color, but wet blue litmus paper will changes its color to red. Why it is happening? Because in the moist form, aqueous form, it breaks into ions. Okay, so see, dry HCl is not acidic, but HCl solution is acidic, because in the presence of water, HCl dissociates to H plus ions. Now HCl plus H2O, you are getting H3O plus, that is called protonium hydronium ion or protonium ion, and H plus aqueous solution. AQ word is used for aqueous solution in water, plus Cl minus aqueous. Okay, now hydrogen ions cannot exist alone, but they exist after combining with water molecule. Thus hydrogen ions must always show that here as H plus or H3O plus. Now H plus reacts with H2O, you are getting H3O plus. Similarly, when base is dissolved in water, it forms OH minus ions. Like for example, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide when dissolved in water, NaOH plus H2O, what you are getting it here as Na plus and OH minus. It breaks into Na plus and OH minus. Okay. We'll just put the positive sign here. Yeah. So Na plus and OH minus ions are obtained. Base generally generate hydroxyl ions, OH minus ions in water, so which are soluble in water, called alkalis. Okay, and all bases do not dissolve in water, because some bases which are soluble in water, like they are forming ionic bond, and among they are bonded with ionic bond, they are called ionic compounds. So when they break, ions are liberated, so they are soluble in water in that form. Okay, now we can see an acid when dissolved in water, it gives H plus ions. Similarly, a base when dissolved in water, what it gives? When acid gives H plus, base gives OH minus ions. Neutralization is the combination of H plus ion to the acid and OH minus ion of the base to form water. When H plus ion and OH minus ion will combine, you are getting water. Okay, like this. This is neutralization is taking place. Then H plus Cl minus, when HCl and NaOH is combining. So H plus Cl minus gives Na plus OH minus. You are getting Na plus Cl minus and water. Okay, so how it is? Like HCl is giving H plus and Cl minus, NaOH is giving Na plus and OH minus, and when these ions combine together, you are getting it as NaCl. Like the reaction will be HCl plus NaOH. You are getting NaCl plus water. This reaction is called neutralization reaction. When acid reacts with base, you are getting salt and water. What is this reaction called? This is called neutralization reaction.